Hi, how y'all doing? It is Friday, September the 4th, 2024. Is it? I gotta check every day, don't I? It's because we're integrating energies. That's why we keep on forgetting things. New information's coming in. The old stuff, the programming has to go, right? It doesn't serve our higher good anymore. So, well, never did. That's part of the sleep spell, right? So today the weather in Ontario was weird where I am, right? In Canada. It started off cloud covered. Well, no, it was a bit red, I think, in the rise. And then the clouds covered up. And the fog hit around 8 o'clock, right? Started on the top of the hill and then moved down into the valley and covered everything. I thought that was different. And then it was supposed to be sunny today, but we didn't see the sun once. That was, it was always behind the clouds. It was shining, trying to come through, right? It lightened spots up, or did it? Could have been a mothership, right? So yeah, now the sky is starting to, you see the blue again, right? Now it's getting time for it to go down again. So I think we had a massive mothership above us. I was thinking about that earlier because the solar flares energy was so strong, has been so strong. Maybe it was a little bit too strong for some areas, so they uh, were a buffer, right? Pulled their ships over, buffered areas so that wouldn't be too intense. Just a thought, right? Oh, those children are being noisy today. All right, they are. I don't know where they got the energy. My energy just zapped. All right, it is. So, yeah, back to the ship before the children screaming outside interrupted me. See, I must have been right because that's how this universe works, right? When you're saying something that's the truth, there'll be noises that will try to interrupt to stop you from saying it or hearing it, right? So I was talking about the motherships and how they were buffering the energies because it was too intense. And then the sky opened up and there's some blue shining in. See, when I said that, I just heard another little kid yell outside. What a confirmation, eh? Isn't that wild? My son stayed home again today. No work. Imagine his sister's having a hard time. She didn't get the thing in her arm. He's the only one out of my 6 children, right? So she's going through some massive Ascension symptoms herself. I know she is. But she's too busy in her life, too distracted to know that what's really going on. And when I try to tell her, she's kind of poo-poos me away, you know what I mean? I know she's not listening. And you can't force them. They got to live their life, right? And just wake up on their own, I suppose. Don't know how much longer they got, though, to wake up, right? Unless it's going to go slower than I anticipate. Let's hope not. The Schuman today is at 16. So down quite a bit from yesterday. What was it yesterday? 36 or something like that? I wrote it down somewhere. 37 yesterday. So yeah, pretty much half, right? That's why I have no energy. I've been cold all day too. I haven't been able to get the temperature up. I've just been sitting in my chair. I'd try laying down for a while, just trying to get comfortable again, right? I noticed a lot of anxiety too. My hands were sweaty, right? And I'm like, what's this anxiety about? Maybe it's because it's affecting our physiology, right? Our biology, whatever. Because we're getting upgraded, cellular change, all this stuff, right? So it's got to put the body under some kind of a situation, right? Could be the collective's anxiety too. It's hard to say. Now that I closed the window, I'm starting to sweat. Could be the anxiety too, right? I had to toss and turn to get to sleep last night again. And I was thinking about that. We just had 2 eclipses, back to back. that causes us to disrupt our sleep patterns, right? And the eclipses aren't eclipses either. I think it's a spaceship over top of the moon, right? Or whatever. However, that works with the moon and the eclipse, right? So, yeah, it sure is strange. It would be nice to really totally know what's happening and what's going on, right? Well, we do. It's our intuition. But to see the hard facts, you know what I mean? That's what I look forward to. Yeah. Oh, not like icky sensations in the body, right? Ears ringing really loud. I figured that would happen because of the CMEs that came off the sun, the X flare, whatever you want to call them, right? Off the so called sun, right? So, yeah, my body's tingling like with electric shock. It's very uncomfortable. It is. It'd be nice just to be able to lay down and go to sleep like I used to do without having to toss and turn to try to get tired, or not tired, but comfortable, like to the point where I could just close my eyes and keep them closed and go to sleep. See, I used to be a really good sleeper. I just be like, I'm going to sleep, close my eyes, and I'd be asleep. I had vivid dream last night too. There was only one part though that I remember. I was driving in my truck, and I was driving down the main street of my town, and the guy that I used to drive around, he was standing in front of the town clock on the main street with a couple other fellows. And I was at the stoplight, and I had to turn right, and he didn't look at me once. He didn't notice me at all, right? And I thought, I wonder what he was doing at the town clock, you know? And then all of a sudden, I pull up to my old apartment building, and my second husband is holding the bottom door open, right? Looking at me like, come on, get in here, whatever, right? And I'm parking the truck in front of it. At the same time, I see one of the guys that he's a YouTuber, right? He follows or he's subscribed to my channel, he watches my channel. Yes, I think from the beginning, from the States. I seen him walking down the street, and I was like, what's he doing in my hometown? He's from the States, right? That's so weird. And then my second husband pulled me into the apartment building. He was a really jealous kind of person, right? Very domineering. And then I was like, that's a strange dream. Well, at least I got to see the guy, because, like, when people pass in my life, they usually come to me in dreams, right? They help me, or they talk to me, or I just see them, right? So I saw him. I can't remember who he was talking to. It was just different. Just different, right? It wasn't scary, nothing like weird about it, nothing. Just driving around, right? That was different. I watched a movie today too. I was trying so hard to resonate with something. Right? I have a viewer on here. She put my comments of all the people that she watches on YouTube, and I watch those people too, right? But sometimes they don't resonate with all their information. They're a little bit behind, right? I've surpassed that kind of thing. Or maybe it's because they're detail oriented and want to talk about each and everything and each and every person. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. And it's the whole fucking ball game, is what it is, right? There's no gray. It's either black or white, right? I don't know if I explained that well or not, but I do watch them, right? When they're on. I won't pay to be on one of their special pages, or uh, what do you call those things? Websites or nothing like that, right? When you're like me, you just don't do that stuff. You can't afford it, right? And plus, I have the information already. I don't need them to pick it apart in details. So that's just me, right? So I finally found a movie to watch that I resonated with, right? To try to find the codes, to see the codes of my third eye. and it was Naga Pearls, right? It's a Chinese subtitle, right? And what I got out of it, it was different, right? Was the Naga Pearls are actually merman tears that heal, that'll bring the dead back to life. And if they get into the wrong, there's a machine up in the sky. It's a giant eye, right? And if you it gets in the wrong hands of if the Naga Pearls gets into the wrong hands and the machine, then they can use it as a weapon and destroy all mankind, right? But yeah, heroes came along and saved the day, kind of thing, right? And I thought that was interesting. The way I viewed it was that's how they destroyed the ancient world with all the old buildings and everything. Petrified everything, turned everything into ruins, right? Add a reset, offed everybody and reset us, right? Because you got to remember the orphan trains. Where'd all those children come from? And they were all Caucasian. There was no melanated children on that train, on those orphan trains. They were all raised or seeded and made in incubation chambers in the underground cities. That's what I'm thinking, right? Just like after a reset, the Caucasian or whoever was down there, the government, whatever that went ahead, came out of the mountains and brought their seeds with them. So, what's organic, right? It's always been my mind when these vegans and carnivores and say, well, this is better and that's better. I'd be like, yeah, none of you know, right? Because the seeds weren't here. They came out of the mountain, the underground city. So, yeah, you just gotta bliss everything with love and gratitude, not bless. That's to make a blood sacrifice, offer up a blood sacrifice. And I'm not sacrificing like that. Never. Right? So I bliss it. I do. Everything I eat, everything I drink, I bliss it with love and gratitude, to raise its frequency, its vibration. So yeah, it's just what you gotta do, right? It is. I wasn't gonna make a video because I'm feeling icky, right? All my nerve endings are on fire, it feels like. I got a lot of pressure in my head too in the rise. A lot of pressure. All right. My son tried to talk to me about something and I wouldn't have anything I didn't want to hear anything he really had to say. I didn't want to talk, right? And he tried to put it off as me being ignorant. And I said, no, I already told you my head was full of pressure. And you're trying to have a conversation with me. I don't want to talk, right? I'm just trying to get rid of this pressure. And finally, it dissipated somewhat. It took about 4 or 5 hours. And then, yeah, it just started giving me, icky sensations, like headache pain here, there, decided, to move around. So, strange what we're going through with these Ascension symptoms, isn't it? Yeah. I was listening to Alexander Quinn, too, on YouTube. Spiritualist, light worker, that's what he calls. He channels the Andromedans through the Andromedans or something like that. And he would say his stuff, and it made me frustrated, annoyed, right? And I was like, is he AI? Did his channel get taken over? Right? I don't know. I've never resonated with all the man says. I don't even know why I watch him, really. For more information, I guess. Yeah. I got a habit of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, so I'm trying not to do that. Right? But my soul just gets really upset when it's lied to, so it's just like, get rid of that, throw it away, So I just be like, okay. And then later on I'd be like, what did I do with that? Maybe I should have looked into that deeper, right? But yeah, I guess I listened to my inner or my soul too much, if that's a thing. I don't know. I could be doing the right thing, right? I could. All right. I seen a bunch of little birds floating or fluttering around out there earlier. I don't know what they were. Maybe they were little sparrows or something like that. They didn't get close enough. I couldn't see. Heard a couple ambulances go off today too. So, somebody couldn't handle it, the symptoms, right? Too much pressure. So, yeah, let's just take it easy until the sun comes out again and we're not inundated with icky sensations. We have a feel good day, right? Hopefully that day's tomorrow for me. I seen 555 on the clock, so that means change. And every time I see that, something happens, either in my life or in my physical body, right? So I'm hoping it's a good change. I am. I got the house to myself. My son's gone to his girlfriend's. Well, two felines are here, right? So I was just reading something on my phone, popped up. Oh yeah, no company, no nothing. It's nice and quiet. I like it because I'm not in the mood to be entertaining anybody anyway. Let's hope tomorrow's a better day. I do. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you sanity, good health, right? An abundance of positive manifestations. I love you all's consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.